What's up, everybody? Scott here from Chernobyl Studios. Today we are going to look at the Nembrini Audio 8180, and it sounds a little bit like this. Alright, so we can go over the demo a little bit more later. However, let's go ahead and open up the website here. I'm making this during their mega summer sale. So right now it's 75% off for a whopping, basically just call it a whopping 35. Normally 137, right now it's 35. This is an amazing representation of the block letter. We all know what this design is. Basically a Peavey block letter. Very great representation of it. You just heard it. We'll go over what I did in just a few minutes here. But it's always important to go to the website and listen to the sound sources when you are looking at amp simulators like this, okay? Now, Peavey, in my opinion, it's one of those amps where you hear it, you're like, that's a Peavey. Very rarely are you going to be able to do that, but it has such a distinct sound, especially when you're tremolo picking that. It's important that the simulation sounds good. And I'm happy to report basically that I believe this 8180 is fantastic. Going over the website here, you can see what comes with the plugin. I do want to point out again, iLok authorization is required, but you don't need a dongle. You can use the iLok Cloud, okay? So if you don't have a dongle, it's not a problem. Also, they've started to include C-Cow cabs here. C-Cow are really making a name for themselves. Chop tones, people you may have already knows what that is. But we're going to look at the plugin itself and not extra third-party IRs. So let's jump back into Cubase here and have a look at what I did with the guitars. So I am using the Audiority Green Reaper, just the default, right? I like to use these different mods. I like to mess around with this stuff, and that's the only real way that you're going to learn a plugin or a new one, especially with the Green Reaper here with so many different mods. You just got to use it all the time. However, let's go to the 8180. So the 8180 has the same exact interface basically that we've been accustomed to. For example, the MRH 810. It's pretty much all the same. Here you click the button for the cabinets or impulse loader, right? Here you have some presets if you want to use them. You can cycle through the presets, save them, and turn on and off the plugin, obviously. So, open up the impulse loader. And the cool thing is, even though you have the impulse loader open, you still have the tone stack of the amp here. So really, when you're working in this plugin, you're not going to be in this view so much, even though it's cool. But I spent almost all of my time in this view, obviously, because this is where all the magic happens, right? Now, we've got a number of different cabinets here, which is what I opted to use because I wanted to see if I could create a cool tone with just the microphones and the cabinets included. And I did. So I opted to go with this Marshall 1960B G12M. I'm partial to this particular cabinet anyway. I like just the way that it sounds by itself. Let me turn all the processing off here and solo this. Let's have a listen to this palm mute part, for example. Alright, so that's just EQ. Let me turn EQ off. So a very subtle difference. So again, it's safe to say that my tone here is right in the plugin. I'm not doing anything. I actually don't even have a master chain open on this particular track. I just have L2 to cut down on peaks. So no master chain, nothing. All right, because this is just a basic idea that I've been working on that I decided to try the 8180 with. All right, let's go back to what we're doing here. So we have a number of different cabinets here. I think these are all more or less the same with all the Nembrini stuff. I don't think these are changed. But so I went with this one, this 4x12, the G12 amps. I messed around with the microphones a little bit. Now they have the 57 here. You got a 121, a 414, and a 421. Fantastic selection. These are basically like the bread and butter of metal microphones. You honestly don't need anything else to to really be honest with you. And what you essentially want to do is find a bright and a dark source and blend it together. So what I decided to do with this one is do the Fredman technique, where we have an on and off access, and then I found a position that sounds cool, blended in the two microphones, even a little bit ambient stuff here. Now, something that's been included here that I really like is this cleaner. I highly recommend, before you touch the tone stack or do any kind of EQ or anything, to mess around with the cleaner. You may be able to get rid of some harshness and some low-end boominess right away from the plugin without having to do any EQ. So definitely check that out. Don't go overboard with it, because you're going to kill the character of the tone, but you can do quite a bit of work with this cleaner here before touching anything else on the tone stack. Now with the tone stack, I wanted to have a kind of like a nice even type of sound, because again, this particular cabinet is already harsh sounding, so it's very easy to dial in too much presence or highs that can make the problem even worse. So I just wanted to bump it up a little bit. I didn't want to have a super scooped tone this time. So I mean, my tone stack is relatively, I don't know, conservative, right, from what you may have seen in earlier videos. I also want to mention that this was recorded on my 6-string guitar in standard E tuning, which also has a lot to do with the tone stack decisions that I've made here. Okay, so I don't have the 7-string pickups that are throwing a truckload of low end, so I don't need to do like extreme scooping and stuff like that. Okay, so that's what the difference of better gear can do for you, but it's not necessary. So, and that's all I really did here. Obviously, with the second track, I just doubled it. All right, copy and pasted it on over. You have the impulses here. You can load 3 and do blending. Great. And you can bypass if you want to use a third-party loader like Libra, for example. But again, you don't need anything else other than the plugin right here with these contained cabinets. Everything is self-contained and it sounds good. All right, let's close all this now. Let's listen to the tone that I created, and we'll go here. I'll enable all the EQ that I did here, and then we can have a look at what this sounds like. Whoa, hold on here. Whoa, look at the microphones. Time out. I know you're waiting for those EQ moves. Just let me tell you about this first, all right? Pro Mix Academy. Yes, Summer Insanity Sale. Yes, you've already heard about it. Yes. But seriously, if you want to create guitar tones like what I'm creating on my channel all the time, quickly, efficiently, step by step, get the Killer Guitar Tones bundle. It's Glenn's course, my course, together, from physical amp to amp simulator and everything in between. Go check it out. Now, maybe you want to learn how to mix rock better. Well, there's the Ultimate Rock Mixing Bundle. Furthermore, maybe you already have my course. Well, Glenn's course is included in the Ultimate Rock Mixing Bundle. That also means all of David Nazi's stuff. That's the Mix Bus TV guy. All of his stuff is in there. Cameron Webb, the guy who did Motorhead, that's in there. Ulrich Wild, that's also in there. Industry-leading rock mixers, all there. You want to learn how to mix rock? That's the bundle for you. What if you're using Reaper, though? Right? You've watched all these videos online, Reaper blog, Kenny, and stuff like that, but you just can't quite put all the tips and tricks together in coherent form. That's what Adam Seal's the Reaper course is all about. Go from A to Z, how to install, how to make your workflow efficient, and also recording a song and showing you what to do instead of just telling you what to do. So if you want to improve your Reaper skills, that's the bundle for you. Now, if you want all of that, there's an everything bundle. That is everything Pro Mix Academy has available right now. One price, all the courses. It's a nonsense amount of content. It would take you a long time, but very fairly priced. Now listen, all the links are down below. Just click the link of the one that you want, invest in yourself, and get started, okay? So let's get back to EQing those guitars. That's really all there is to it. And like I said, I didn't do anything special here with processing. I got the original tone here right from the plugin. It's a great plugin. It's easy to work with, and I mean, come on, it's a faithful recreation of that block letter 5150 that a lot of bands and people are still using, and there are a lot of knowledgeable people that'll just say, "Hey, go grab one of these used. It's a great starting amp," and it is. All right, guys, that's going to do it. It's a very simple, bare bones plugin, packs a huge punch. Fantastic Peavey 5150 emulation. If you're in the market for a Peavey plugin, here it is staring at you in the face. All right, it's 35 bones right now. Go pick it up while it's on the summer sale and complete your Nembrini audio collection. You're going to be happy. It's a fantastic plugin. If you enjoyed the video, please hit like, please subscribe, and let me know in the comments below, what did you think of the 8180? Do you have it? Do you like it? Do you not like it? And what amp simulator would you like to see next? Tell me why, okay? Thanks for checking out the video, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Have a good one.